Welcome to Mcjuggernuggets reaction, another long one, 42 minutes. Here we go. Also, yeah.
Montage. Take it away, Dom.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side.
Wow, that sounds good.
I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left.
She's a little baby puppy dog.
And on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways.
Whoa!
We'll go through the wastelands, through the
Yeah, the squad fish Where you going? Wrong, by the way.
finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest.
Yes, we do.
Echoing around these walls, fighting to create.
First, we find yourself before we do this.
I don't wanna miss.
I'm gonna have the camera off this.
Okay?
Hey, Juggies, it's your
As long as you eat, nobody gets hurt. You understand?
What a year it's been, guys. I'm going to take a seat right here in this bitter rain and freezing cold to do my traditional recap of 2018. We're going to talk about all the great things, all the terrible things, and just we're going to talk about 2019. So I'm going to put this on the tripod. I'm going to take my seat. Oh, boy. 2018. A lot of things I can say about this year. What a year it's been, guys. If you notice I have no voice, it's because I'm really stupidly sick, as I tend to get this time of year. And this probably isn't helping. This video is going to be very self-indulgent. I don't do these very often, but I always look forward to these moments where we reflect. I'm literally drooling at the mouth. That's probably just my laryngitis kicking in. Anyway, guys, let's jump into why 2018 was probably easily the most challenging year of my life, the most fulfilling at that point too. I swear each year just gets progressively more ridiculous. I'm just going to be talking a crap ton, guys, so sit back and enjoy. This is the first video to kick off 2019. Dom, I hope you enjoy editing this crap. So 2018, let's check back on our previous year in review video for 2017, and I want to hear what I expect for 2018.
We got My Virtual Escape, future seasons coming out. We will see the Psycho Series graphic novel hitting stores. Let's just say you're going to actually get to see my real life very soon.
Dang, we actually did pretty good this year, guys. Literally, I talk about My Virtual Escape going a few more seasons, which we did. It carried us throughout the better half of the year. I talked about real life vlogs returning, which we're in them right now. I talk about Storyfire growing and flourishing, which it has been. And I even referenced the graphic novel, which, yeah, may have came 6 months later than I expected. But it's here now, and we're still shipping out those orders, and I couldn't be happier. I just had to grab one of these. This copy is going to be red, but it's alright when you have hundreds of your own book. Guys, 1 year ago, in December, we did a Kickstarter, which thank you guys for raising all the money for that. But you guys, I was sitting on a bed holding Captain Underpants, talking about how cool it would be to have my own one of these. And here I am. Dreams do come true, guys. Follow your passion. And, I also hit my 12 years on YouTube this, literally a month ago. So, dang, that's a long time to be doing any one thing. I must enjoy it or something. So anyway, this book's ruined. If you want a soggy graphic novel, let me know in the comments. I'll send it to you. Before we go any further, guys, I just truly want to thank you guys, the Juggies, for sticking with me throughout all these many years. I understand I sound like Jesse Pink and Yope, but I really don't know what my life would be without you guys in it. I'm shooting this on New Year's Eve, and yeah, I am stupidly sick in the middle of the rain, but like, it goes back to this motivational speech I did for 250,000 subscribers. I truly love this stuff. I love the relationship we share. I'll be doing this for as long as I'm living, and yeah, it might send me to an earlier grave with stupid stuff like this, but I owe everything to you guys and just the people in my life that support me. Thank you guys so much for just everything this last year. I'm gonna try not to get emotional, guys, but like this year's been very, very hard. But you know, I'm probably not gonna get emotional because I can't help but not focus on the bitter freezing that I am. It was just a very hard year for me, and however, every night when I go to bed, the one thing I come back to that seems to be constant is you guys. We'll get into why it was so hard, but just off face value, I mean, I lost a 5-year relationship with Juliet, and my best friend in 10 years, Ella, passed away, and both those things still are processing for me, and it just stinks. And I mean, we've been going. A lot of you guys have been on the channel for 4 years now, so 1 more year, you guys will be my longest relationship. Anyway, guys, let's talk about 2018. Let's jump in, because look, the reason why I go so in depth with these is, I'll be honest, I'm moving at an incredibly alarmingly fast speed every day. I don't reflect often because I'm so busy focusing on the next day and whatever I'm filming or what I'm doing 3 years from now. I'm not even kidding. I know what I'm doing 3 years from now. I have series and movies and things planned that I'm foreshadowing and stuff from the Psycho series contains Easter eggs that predict 5 years from now. Anyway, but I don't spend too much time looking backwards. And so this is my one video out of the year to really do a deep dive on the channel. So when I have to mention 50 years, I can literally watch these videos and at least for 5 minutes understand that that's what I was doing, and that's pretty neat. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna have fun with this one. This might be a 30-minute video. That's fine. If you guys love me and love the content, this will be fun to look back at all the cool, crazy things in 2018, the year of the flame, which I think you can see now was about Storyfire and flourishing like a fire, and Year of the Escape Part 2 was just, My Virtual Escape and me kind of breaking away from the norm. So we kicked off the year with a Japanese dude hanging from a tree. No, that was somebody else's year in review, which I did do a video talking about that, because I was anyway, I don't want to spend too much time on that. But anyway, let's jump into My Virtual Escape, guys. We're entering into Season 2, which with each episode I just kept wanting to challenge myself and push the bar. We had a bunch more Juliet songs, which I was kind of helped producing those, as well as kind of guiding the creative for that. But I really just want to spend a moment talking about Brothers in Arms, which was a Season 2 finale of My Virtual Escape. This is still, in my opinion, was one of my best videos I've ever created. I was very intimidated. First of all, I was very intimidated going into My Virtual Escape at all, because this series was very ambitious, especially the apocalypse was going on still. Everybody was demonetized. we're releasing videos on Storyfire, and Storyfire was growing. Like, we hit 150,000 users this year, which has been incredible. But Brothers in Arms, to me, like, was a big kind of like a breakthrough. Like, that episode, I had to direct like 16 people for these massive fight scenes in one day in kind of terrible weather like this, and it's very easy to doubt yourself when you're trying to take on big projects and you're responsible for everything. And like, it's pretty ridiculous. You got a gang of brothers chasing a spiderweb dude through the woods, and you got to try and make this look real. Meanwhile, a sniper guy is trying to assassinate the one guy because he's being instructed by some overlord. Then you got some emo kid Isaac trying to having a fight with another mobster, and like, then you got this heavy scene in a bathroom. Anyway, guys, when we made that episode and I proved to myself that I could do that, it was then clear to me that I could do truly anything that I set my mind to. And it was really a big moment for me as a person and a creator, and I was like, I need to push myself more. So following that finale, I said, and the audience loved it too. I know you guys loved that episode. I am gonna make every subsequent episode better than the one before it, and it was crazy to say that, but everyone in part of the cast, and you guys know too, that from the season 2 finale onward, every episode of My Virtual Escape is lit and it's just so cool. We released some Devil Inside behind the scenes, which then brings us into season 3 of My Virtual Escape. Once again, we were challenging ourselves. We had a cast at this point of like 30 people, which is insane. We were pushing the envelope each and every time, and guys, I was losing thousands and thousands of dollars. All my money went into this series, and I was not making jack on YouTube, unfortunately. This sparked me to get very rebellious towards YouTube, really pushing Storyfire. It was great to see the audience, kind of like in the Psycho series. You guys were deciding Isaac's fate with every episode. It was great to see the community engaging and telling this story with me. It was something really cool. I just noticed this Netflix thing, Bandersnatch, came out, and it's kind of really employing that decide my fate mentality, and we're going to see that more and more as we go into the future. But season 3, in many ways, was like one of my favorite seasons of the show. Everyone was bringing their A game. We got to see in Double Cross the completion of Isaac's Devil Inside arc. We got to see him leave Isaac's world, and it's just cool that we got to finally see Isaac's universe and stuff, where we saw him in the Devil Inside, got to know him in Jesse's world, and then finally we get to see all his family, all his backstory, and then we get to see the arc complete. So Isaac gets thrust through the mirror. Also, we find out Solomon talks with Psycho Dad and is using his revolver. I just want to apologize for if you hear rain hitting the microphone. This is what we're doing here. This is real life. And then it's cool, we got to see Isaac come back to his universe, and at that point we're in uncharted territory. Everything's caught up in real time at this point. I love the episode Little Gangbanger. It helped me with storytelling and how to really pull from the heartstrings and reveal that Isaac had this little sister character, the whole backdrop of the series. We had the heist, which was an insane episode. Jesse finally got his own Game of Thrones Red Wedding. We got to see characters get killed, beloved characters die, and I couldn't do that in reality-based series, so that was something really cool for me. But this was also another breakthrough moment. You know, those 2 episodes into season 3. I just want to stress, like, as great as 2018 was, why I say it was the most challenging is playing Isaac, who has a lot of demons, and I played him throughout the Devil Inside too, which is why I think 2017 and 2018 are kind of like part 1 and part 2 of the same depression for me. But playing a character who is suicidal and depressed and into using substances and lost and is grieving, he literally lost his little sister who he thought the world of. That's not fun to have to keep in your mind every day when you're playing this character, or even writing it or even editing it. So I had to live and breathe these demons for a long time, which kind of messed with me. But really when I'm crying, breaking down a Little Gangbanger, or I'm breaking down in the heist, I mean, a lot of people, when they say like the Sega series isn't real, or they say MVE isn't real, all these things, and this is what you hear from most actors and actresses, all this crap is real to me. Because when I'm really crying, I mean, you can't, here's the thing, there's no such thing as fake crying. It's not real, because you have to actually get your brain to the point where you're really crying. You're really feeling these things. So everything that I've ever done for film has felt real. It's been real. So for me to literally get to the point where I'm about to OD at the end of the heist, like you saw the behind the scenes, it got to the point where I realized that I love this stuff. I love becoming a character, as hard as it is sometimes, and I proved to myself that, like, I can go to the darkest place and come out alive. And that was big. That was big for me. That was a big win. Also, during the heist, that finale, I don't know if you remember, but I couldn't speak. No! And I was deathly ill when we were shooting till 7 in the morning. So I had a lack of sleep. That's me right now. I have this same disease. It's returned, ironically, and I can't speak. But it's that dedication. I miss that. I miss that strong purpose. Then that brings us to Season 4. We're almost halfway through the year already. MVE took us through most of it. But Season 4, we saw a crap ton of Juliet Riley's songs, which were awesome. I got to have my psych teacher in a video. I don't know if you guys understand this, but Mr. McMahon played Isaac's stepdad in the season premiere, and this dude 10 years ago, he's my high school psychology teacher, he was kind of inspiring me and keeping me motivated to do YouTube. So it was a really cool experience to have him in this big series that I was doing, and to be doing scenes with him. But this whole season was insane. I kept my promise of keeping every episode insanely awesome as we went. We had Broken, we had Noah's Ark was absolutely unreal with the EMP and Gingy and Adam's fight, which actually, like, they're still fighting to this day, just in real life. Haven was unreal. A Tangled Web with all the backstory, which took so long to shoot and was probably one of the harder episodes. It's just very time dependent, but like, I remember we watched that whole episode live in Hawaii with the whole cast, because that's where the timeline we were at. I didn't even have Judgment Day and Break Free done. So that was a really special episode and moment for me to see. We found out how Eve died. And then Judgment Day and Break Free. Like, Judgment Day, like, just all that stuff in Haven, like the final duel, and just feeling those end times. It reminded me of the Psycho series. Like, I just love endings. I love when things are winding down and the train wreck's happening. But Judgment Day, that whole battle with Abraham and Isaac was just so epic, and we had that classic fourth wall break where suddenly Isaac makes his own effing choices. So iconic. I love that stuff. And then Break Free. Talk about, like, a finale. Like, we shot that in Oahu, Hawaii, which is where my favorite show of all time. As a kid growing up, I loved Lost, where they're stuck on this island after a plane crash, and we literally shot the finale of my series in Hawaii in a giant mansion with the whole cast that we became really close. We became family. Mahalo. That's why I have a tattoo on my back. Mahalo's Hawaiian for thank you. And it's a reminder to just stay thankful to anyone who's ever helped me, and thankful to you guys as well. Of course, you're included in that. Wow. Shoot, man. This is why, like, I don't talk about this stuff more, because it's hard to feel bad for YouTuber. I don't want sympathy here, but, like, I'm moving so fast. Like, I want to reiterate it, that, like, you understand, YouTubers got so much on their mind. I don't even know what I did half this year. So when I'm going over it, and I finally have a moment to pause and slow down, it's truly incredible the amount of stuff you can do in 1 year, and the power that you guys all have. Just even thinking back to My Virtual Escape, I haven't watched My Virtual Escape since I made them. That series will always have a special place in my heart. It came at a time where it's like, yeah, I didn't get the most viewership on it, and yeah, it was torn between Storyfire and YouTube. A lot got demonetized. I lost, I think, like $50,000 on that. That's where all my money went. But really, it was about the art of the storytelling, and it honestly taught me something about myself, that it was like, it's not about the views, it's not about the money, it's about the creative, and it's about helping people through the stories. And I beat myself up a lot. The devil inside was about me overcoming my demons after the Psycho series ended. And a lot of people thought, like, the Psycho series is the best thing you'll ever do. Like, that was the best series you ever created. You're washed up, your channel's dead, you know, all the typical stuff. And as much as obviously it's trolls and haters, but there's obviously truth. I mean, the views are down. I understand that. But it was a big moment to release an episode once every week or 2 weeks from MVE, and it didn't matter. The money didn't matter. I just loved it. I loved every second of My Virtual Escape. And when that series ended, and there's a moment where I'm standing, I'll see if Doc will pull up the picture here. There's a moment, somebody snapped a picture of me on the beach, and I've only had 2 moments like this in my life. This was one of the most important moments of my entire life. I was standing on the beach in a bathing suit. I was just looking at the Hawaiian waters, and for just a moment, I finally was proud of myself. For just that fleeting, I'd say maybe 20 minutes, I just stood there and just sort of proverbially validated myself. Finally loved myself for a moment. I don't know, you know, the artists and people are just very hard on themselves, and I'm no exception to that rule. But I genuinely looked out in the water, looked at the last 8 months, that this series that I was petrified of, that I wasn't sure if anyone would enjoy it. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to do it. It'll never be the Psycho series. And I genuinely was like, that was really good. That was really special. And the amount of people that have lost somebody in their lives, that had even lost a little sister, or that were depressed and so that watched that series, the amount of people that reached out and that I talked to in the DM, like I break down the behind the scenes of making that series, really helped change a lot of lives, including my own, and everyone is part of the cast. And that's why I got a tattoo. But I only had another moment, and that was in Switzerland on the mountains, looking at the Matterhorn after the whole run of the Sega series. And I also had it with the doc. So I guess there's 3 moments when I'm watching it with my family in the theater with all the fans. Those are my three big moments, I'd say, that were truly just like the most cathartically beautiful, validating moments. It was something that nobody could take from me, you know. It was something I worked really hard for and sacrificed a lot for. And I realized that I want those moments more, you know, kind of moments like these. That's what I want to strive for in my life, and I realized in order to do that, I gotta do some hard so, big challenges to come. I told you this was going to be a long one, guys, but I'm loving it. I hope you are too. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. But yeah, MVE, in my opinion, was better than the Psycho series. It was something like, if somebody was to ask me, like, yo, what's your best stuff? I would send them the MVE playlist. I wouldn't send them the Psycho. How are you going to watch 700 vlogs? And there's so much filler and stuff. So MVE, in my opinion, I proved the devil wrong, and that was what the last, like, really 2 years have been about. And I showed the devil, and that's why I found out my dad had that necklace on, and I just threw that thing into the waters, because, like, I don't want to see it again. Like, I don't need that. Like, I have enough fire on my own. Jesse Ridgway's enough of a man now where, you know, my demons ain't gonna control me. I will prevail, and I outdid myself. Anyway, guys, moving forward with the year, we're about to enter the real-life vlog era, which we're still in today. But before that, I went to VidCon. I finally collabed with the Fine Bros, and I was in the React series, which that was a great experience. I also got myself in the Jake Paul docu-series from Shane Dawson. I was clipped a little bit there, which was cool. And I also just got clipped in Logan Paul's year in review. So we're doing big things. We had a massive fan meetup at VidCon, which was really incredible. All you guys were so awesome to meet in real life. I met King Lake, which was cool. A lot of other longtime juggies, and we had a Storyfire meetup there as well. And like I said, guys, we hit 150,000 users on the app, which is a big milestone. As well as this year on Storyfire, released our own in-app currency called Blaze, which I've been kind of referencing for a year or so now. It kind of allows creators to low-key like monetize their content. And also just recently we announced user-generated series, so more people can start uploading their video stories onto the platform. Also in LA, I got to meet Boogie2988. I mean, the new guy. Obviously, I've known him for a couple years, but I got to react to his weight loss. I also met up with Korn. This was the first time we saw Korn in a vlog since the end of the Psycho series, so that was a big moment. We rekindled a friendship. I mean, we had rekindled one a few months earlier, thanks to Fortnite, and Fortnite's big, massive explosion this year. And who knows? You might see him a little more. Also, a really excitingly big milestone, I had my first ever live show. I did the YouTuber trifecta. I got my book, I did a live show. Now I need to start doing TV and movie appearances. But yeah, guys, we got to do a meetup in New York City. Juliet paired up with me to do this live show. Also, we came out with Juliet's full My Virtual Escape 20-song album, which I'm kind of proud of too. I'm proud of Juliet for accomplishing that. It's no easy feat by any means, but it was great to see her carry it out to the finish with me, and it was something that I was heavily invested in naturally, because I was pushing her to do that album. It was for the series. I was like financing it. I was like helping guide the creative and handpicking songs and helping with the production with shout out to Rich Pilkington, who helped us with that, as well as the songwriting team and Mike and Dave. But yeah, we grinded on that thing to see the full album come out, and did really well in the soundtrack category. And then, you know, to give Juliet an outlet to where it wasn't really just my live show, it was really for her too, so she could showcase the songs and I just look like I'm talented. Then came probably one of the harder parts of the year, is kind of right around the live show, which we were broken up for that first live show in New York City, that Juliet and I broke up. It was a mutual decision. My schedule, I talked about this in the breakup video, my schedule was way too demanding during My Virtual Escape. I did not have time for a relationship, and it was just not really healthy anymore for us to be continuing it. we still worked together, and I think having a work relationship built on top of it, I mean, you see a lot of YouTuber couples fail, and I think that's why. There's a lot of wear and tear with working together, and then it becomes, the relationship's not so much a priority, it's more so just like career-oriented crap. So, you know, that's, like I said, that's something I'm still processing. I probably will be for years to come. I have nothing but love for Juliet. Unfortunately, though, it sucks that happened, but, you know, I wish her nothing but the best, and, you know, over time it has gotten better, but, you know, I believe in her so much, and you know, we work together as a team. It's just the relationship aspect really suffered, and for that, I'm unfortunately disappointed in us. Then we had some classic traditional North Carolina fun, some fun there, some crazy pranks, and then even more terrible crap goes down. We get news that Ella, our family dog, or Boobs as you might know her, has an aggressive form of cancer and actually only has 2 to 4 weeks to live. So we did a final goodbye, or I did a final goodbye video with her. Jeffrey got this new puppy, Kate, and, crap, more deer. I know, I told you it's a challenging year when I'm doing the year review and I'm, like, struggling to get through it. This one still is so hard. I never talked about this in a video yet. I purposely just went radio silent about Ella. There was no, like, tribute video or anything. It was just that last one we filmed together. I watched her health really decay. It got to the point where she couldn't move, and, you know, I didn't want to vlog this, but we had to take her to the vet to get her put down. She couldn't move, and she was in great pain, which sucked to see. So, you know, nobody wanted to drive her to the vet. You're literally going to kill a dog. That's what we were going to do. We're going to purposely kill our beloved family dog of 10 years, and nobody wanted to drive, so I was like, well, I looked at Ella and I was like, let me do this for you. You know, you've been a homie for me for life, and you've always been there for me, so let me be there for you right now. So, you know, I went and drove her to the vet, and then we all crammed in this little fucking room. It's terrible. It's so bad. And we go into this little room, and they slap her down on a metal table like you're getting surgery. They inject her with some painkiller. She's kind of grounded out. She's still there. And we said goodbye. Said goodbye to my best friend, and literally held her paw as I watched the life leave her eyes, which was a kind of a disturbing thing to see. And then she just went limp, and they carried her out in a towel. Like, it was just, all right, that's it. They took her out in a towel. That was it. Never saw her again. That was it. So, you know, that was really disturbing for me. In some ways, it's really messed up, but I do appreciate dogs more than humans, because dogs are so unconditional, and it's just like, they don't give you, you know, and they're always there for you. So, like, you know, she's been with me through everything. She's been a very big constant in my life. So not have her and Juliet, the two big ones right there, was like, so that was not fun. 2018 is garbage just based on those two prospects there. So that's when everything starts turning pink. My car turns pink, my room turns pink, there's pranks galore. The big issue, honestly, is when MVE was ending, the plan was for me and Juliet to go out and live in Los Angeles. Unfortunately, me and Juliet broke up, so we were no longer going to Los Angeles. Also, I didn't really have enough money because I spent it all on my virtual escape. So my entire family and extended network thought I was going to LA, and they didn't know me and Juliet broke up. So when they found out Juliet and I broke up, and the plan was changing and I was staying in Jersey, that also meant I was going to be vlogging more, because I needed to make money, and also I just was going to be sticking around here. So my dad didn't know about that, so I kind of low-key, I had to lie to my dad a lot, which kind of has increased his temper. Also, my dad has just been done. He doesn't want to be in videos anymore. It was hard to get him motivated for even MVE. That was mainly just based on the fact he got to go to Hawaii. So he was very mean. But anyway, point being, guys, is that my whole family still thought I was going to LA. So there was this big going away party, which, oh wait, guess what? I got the collab with Lance Stewart, my boy Lance. Lance has lived in this area for years. We've talked to texted for years. Finally got the collab. We had fun together. And then I had a going away party. There was also that Logan Paul fight, and things got crazy. That just showed my dad's temper there. But then we had this going away party. Swift threw some smoke grenades. It went terribly. I literally had to watch my family bawl their eyes out and wish me goodbye when I wasn't actually leaving. So then I had to really make it seem like I was leaving. So what I did was I decided, let me go live with Boogie. And, well, first I tried to move in with Lance. Lance didn't want me. I tried to move in with Boogie and also help him with weight loss. And instead he tries to eat me. I'm not even joking. Whether it was the ghost pepper bathtub or whether he had where there's caverns spelunking or rotisserie red UV lights, or even he has a girl tied up in like under the stairs in a cabin in the woods. Ridiculous experience. I knew I had to get out of there. Then my mom randomly for my birthday gives me a fortune teller. I still don't fully know what that was about. Then I decided to go live with Michael Green or Pickle Boy for a bit, and that was alright. Me and Michael definitely fought a little bit. We got some good food. Then some weird, apparently the place is haunted, and there was some weird stuff in the attic. Me and Michael got handcuffed on AGP's birthday. We literally had to get the cops involved. And then guess what? Swift decides to steal AGP's car, and I had to fire him for that. Next thing you know, I had to leave, and I'm going to LA for the Streamies, which we won Streamy for Best Director for My Virtual Escape, and it was redemption moment, guys. So I didn't win a Streamy for Psycho Series, but I won it for MVE, and that just says it all right there. I also plugged Storyfire and Bash YouTube in the speech. That was lit. But yeah, Swift do a trip with Brian to Colorado, a little Storyfire meetup with Boogie and Michael, and then Swift shows up to try and get his job back. In the meantime, I get home, I hired Dominic Maisto, which is just so cool. Like you can see in last year's year in review, when you see clips of the demo side, you see Maisto Media down there. So Dom's been a part of the channel for years without people realizing it, and Dom came on board as the new MJN cameraman. My camera is getting soaked, guys. Just hang in there. This is 2018 in a nutshell. This is so symbolic. Next thing you know, Swift starts working for Jeffrey. There's some crazy pranks that happen. I'm just still cracking. Swift with mousetrap stuck on him it makes me happy. That might be my favorite part of this year, just watching him excruciatingly get them ripped off his back. They did some failed pranks. We also did a great Mega Millions lottery prank on Swift in Colorado. And yeah, then Jeffrey's trying to do these BS contracts and do a deal with us so he can extort us for ad revenue. I forgot to mention that similar to how I'm feeling right now, we're cold, hungry, tired, sick. Me and Dom were stranded out in the wilderness for a bunch of days because Jeffrey stole the RV, and that all happened, and that was just a terrible time. Then that brings us to pretty much present day. The graphic novel has been released. We've been shipping that out of the Kickstarters. I showed it to my dad. My dad hates it because it makes him look bad. Everybody else in my family is kind of indifferent. Some love it. Some are like, okay, we don't really care. I got to meet Gary V. He definitely seemed like he was a big fan of mine. I got to go to the Game Awards and go to Disneyland with Boogie, where he was debating the graphic novel. Then this dude freaking shows up to the house, camping out. He thinks he's Charlie at the Chocolate Factory, and that I'm Willy Wonka, and he's demanding the book. He freaks out my entire family. This dude loses his mind in a psychopath room, starts to think he's reenacting Psycho Kid Kills Father, and he literally shoots me. If I did not have that hardcover book, thank goodness, I can't say I'd be doing, it would be 2018, this would be an obituary video. This would be like a tribute to Mcjuggernuggets because he's dead. So luckily, Boogie fled, he left. Also, there's a few things I purposely left out because the implications of these things have to do with where we're at right now and probably what's to come in 2019. So my dad does not want to be filmed, and he's been kicking Swift out. And also Swift, I rehired Swift because Dom was aloof because, oh yeah, my dad demolished the basement. He found out I was not living in LA or going to LA. So I signed this eviction agreement. So I gotta be out of the house by January 15th, which mind you is in 2 weeks, and I still am not 100% sure what I'm doing at all. Also, my dad then found out Dom was living in the trailer, destroyed his PC, kicked him out, and so both those guys really aren't allowed in the house anymore. So it's become increasingly clear that I need to go, regardless of anything. Not only that, but I also found out Jeffrey quit his job, his accounting job. This is the second time he's done this, and he's pursuing YouTube, and my dad doesn't know about this. There's just too many things that could go wrong here. I'm glad that there's some on Jeffrey's end, but yeah. Sorry guys, I had to move real quick. I realized I was talking kind of loud. My dad's in the kitchen right there. But yeah, also, my dad destroyed Alexa for Christmas, and we got to deliver some graphic novels to some fans in Ohio, which was a really fun experience. I'm gonna go into the RV right now. I'm not about to let my sole camera get destroyed just for this video. Alright, I kind of chickened out. Alright, Joey's, but it's important to transition because you can understand when you reflect that sometimes it's time to grow and change things. I'm sorry, but that is the last time I'll be doing a year in review outside in that spot at this house. Mark my words, 2019 is going to be a massive year. I'm putting my hat back on because I can. Whew. So that was 2018. I'm rocking a little Dutch angle right now. I'm freezing. I can't feel my hands. Can you can you just drop some likes on this video if you guys have made it this far? Because that shows me that you're a diehard and that you're invested in me as a person and the growth of this channel and what to come in 2019. So why I've gone so in depth with this one, and while Dom's hating me editing this right now, is because it's important to reflect. Because if you don't reflect, you can't grow, and if you don't grow, then what's the point in living? It's like a plant. You need to grow, become better, improve, or efficiency. We're all about efficiency. We want to become better at tasks, like a freaking computer. And I realized that I might not have been the best Jesse Ridgway I can be. So this is a guarantee to you guys. I know there's a lot of you that look up to me, not only as a creator or director, actor, whatever, but also just as a YouTuber. And I've been working on changing my mindset, because I know a lot of 2018, even 2017, I was kind of bashing YouTube. And although it's very easy to bash them, I mean, don't even get me started on Rewind. But a lot of their business decisions, the Apocalypse was terrible. But honestly, things have been getting better. After we started censoring the videos and the Apocalypse has been improving on the site, it's starting to become a real thing again. So I just want to stop being so negative, and I really want to stop lying, and I mean that. Like, I want to stop lying to my family. I want to stop lying to my dad. I realize a lot of the trouble I've got into, whether it's the going away part of the basement, that it was based on me just pretending to be going to LA. I'm just afraid of what my dad might say, and being afraid of what people might think, no matter who it is, whether it's the internet, whether it's your mom, your dad, your uncle, or your brother, or whoever, your girlfriend even. I am not afraid anymore. So starting in 2019, I'm making a personal resolution, a commitment to be a better hero, to be a better role model for all of the Juggies and for all of you people watching. I want to be somebody you can look up to, somebody you can aspire to be like, and somebody that you can just always count on. With that, I want to be more active on Twitter, Instagram. I want to be more active on YouTube. I want to be more active on my Twitch streams. I want to keep doing twitch.tv/Mcjuggernuggets live streams. I want to do more giveaways this year, which we had a few great giveaways, whether it's for my birthday or Christmas. We give away consoles and graphic novels and things. Wait, what am I doing? I haven't named the year yet, guys. 2019 is the year of the green light. Green light. Interpret that however you would like. Alright, so what's coming in the year of the green light? Like I said, I want to be more active in everything. I want to be a better role model. As far as the Mcjuggernuggets channel goes, this is where I throw all the crazy stuff at you. And for those that didn't watch this whole video, they gonna miss out on all the juicy stuff, because I said everything I was gonna do last year. And I just want you guys to always refer to this video. So if you're like, I'm confused, where is he going with, like, what is going on? Watch this video, because you get an idea. We're doing more. We're doing more. That's what's coming in 2019. If you enjoyed the last 6 months of content coming to the channel, the daily vlogs, we're doing every other days. Sometimes they're daily, but that's what we're continuing forward. You're going to see more of my real life, more people in it, more regular. There's going to be times, guys, where there's going to be daily vlogs, and there's going to be times where there's videos every other day. But there could be some times where there might be some slight gaps, just because I might need breaks to write bigger projects. And that's what I want to talk about towards the second half of this. Are these bigger projects or bigger ideas and things in my head? When I wrote My Virtual Escape, I took 2 weeks in August, and some of you guys might remember that, but that's where I wrote the Holy Bible of MVE, and that's why I was able to work so hard and it was so produced, is because I took the time to write and craft something. When you're daily vlogging, you don't have time to be creative. You're just filming whatever's going on in your life. There might be some times where I want to get creative. I might want to make a skit or something like that, or a bigger project. So there might be some times where I might have some gaps, but I'm still going to try and have regular content to you guys always. I'm going to be more dedicated towards doing that. So if you like the last 6 months on the Mcjuggernuggets channel, you're going to be very, very happy and pleased with the content, regular content, real life stuff going on the channel to come forward. But if you liked the first 6 months of this year better with My Virtual Escape, I'm very, very excited and just so pumped to announce the next series is on its way. I cannot say a name. I cannot say what it is. Let me just say it's a level up. It might not even be a series, and I think it's going to be revolutionary. I think it's going to be something that people haven't seen before, and it's definitely going to challenge me, and it's going to be, I think it's going to be very big. It's going to be a very big deal. And this one, I can say, I'm not alone in this one. Whereas MV and Sega Series, it was all headed by me. Let's just say there might be two-headed two heads to this. That announcement will be coming probably within the next couple months. Another big project I'm working on is, for those of you guys who have finished the graphic novel and read through, at the end is a to be continued. I would love, and I will create a sequel to the graphic novel. And ideally, it becomes a series of graphic novels. But because of the success, which thank you guys for the book, everything has been great with the graphic novel. Whether it's out by the end of this year or it's out in 2020, there will be a sequel to this thing and more announcements and news on that to come. Also exciting to announce, Dominic Maso and Jeff Saxton or Swift will be joining the Mcjuggernuggets YouTube channel for another full year. They are fully locked in. We had a conversation the other night. Although I need to do a solid background check on Dom, and Swift does get on my nerves a lot. These guys are committed to making content with me and just following me on my journey, and are just as lost and figuring out as I am. So they're committed for another year, which is exciting because this is the first time in history where we have 2 employees. There's 2 of them now. Also, Swift has broken the Mcjuggernuggets cameraman curse. He is entering his 2nd year. So congrats to him.
Yes,
I hope you guys are pumped to hear that you'll be seeing them a lot more frequently. Also, would like to share that Dom, not only editing this video, but will be editing practically all videos coming onto the channel. And for those who are a little worried about that it's not me, I've been training Dom over this last month to become very good at mimicking my style. I also approve all the edits, so it is all still controlled and managed by me, but Dom is working very hard, so that's exciting because he's going to get much better and the edits are going to get cooler, and it starts kind of like with this video. I mean, I think he did a great job editing this. Another exciting announcement, and maybe there's some people watching that are really knowledgeable about this and can help me with this, but we are going to be building out a Rigid Studios website, which is something I've been meaning to do for a while, and we're also going to be converting the merch store and putting it onto the Rigid Studios website. So I'm super excited to know that we're going to have an official Rigid Studios landing page for the community to go hang out in, talk about the recent projects, the things that are coming, have more of a Reddit style community on there as well in addition to the Reddits, and it'll just be a cool, just another place. Also, another big announcement, Brian and I will be continuing to work on Storyfire. You can download the app in the description below for iOS and Android, and we'll constantly be working on features. We have no new big announcements or anything, but we'll be still working on it. And probably my last big announcement, really, and I think it kind of comes to show, but like, I will be out of the house in 2 weeks. I don't know where, and I hope you guys will subscribe and click that post notification bell to be notified, because trust me, you want to be on this journey of this year of everything hopefully will fall into place. I'm very optimistic. I cannot wait. I'm excited just to be saying goodbye to 2018. I'm going to be spending this New Year's Eve, this is when I'm filming this, probably by myself, sick, just thinking and talking to you guys, just reflecting on this past year and just grateful that I survived. But yeah, guys, so I'll be leaving East Bum, I would imagine, or just not in this home anymore. So that's exciting, guys. We'll be keeping in touch as we go along. Let me know what you're pumped about in the comments below, guys. Follow me on the socials if you haven't already. I also just want to throw this out there. We will be hitting 4 million subscribers this year. That is my guarantee. And also, we will hit 5 to 6 million subscribers. This much, that's my goal, is hit the 5 to 6 million range by the end of this year. But I know for a fact we will hit 4 million subscribers. And I'm more pumped than ever to be on this YouTube grind and this journey with you guys. Thank you for everything in my life thus far. Things are about to get interesting, my friends, and I can't wait to start being the true creator that I want to be, that I really was born to be, and be a role model to all you Juggies. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. More collabs, more traveling, more events and meeting you guys. Lots of just more, and I couldn't be happier to be doing this all. I'm just truly blessed. Thank you guys. And who knows, maybe a girl comes in the picture at some point, but I ain't waiting for that. I ain't counting on that. I'm working on me. But you never know. Lots of surprises await in 2019, my friends. Love you, Jays to death. Stay tuned for more. And don't forget to keep it rigid. or frigid. Oh, I'm ready for this year to be over. See you in 2019, guys. Oh wait, it already is.
I had 2 in this, but I'll say 10 for the next one.